morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Monday the 21st of September. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks here. Slightly positive start to the day, recovering from an early pullback. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 10,937 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 11,095. Going to need to see a bullish day ahead, however, for Bitcoin to break back through to 11,000 levels. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high that was at 11,098 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Bitcoin target 11,200 levels. Second major resistance level at 11,256 should cap any upside, however. Fall back through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 10,776 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 10,500s. Second major support level sits at 10,618. Looking at the MACDs, we had a bullish crossover late yesterday and a widening of the bullish histogram this morning, supportive of the late recovery and early move northwards. Looking at the 50 EMA, we're also seeing that flatten on the 100, suggestive of a possible move northwards as well. So key through the morning, avoid a fall through the pivot, move back through to 11,000 levels to then target the first major resistance level to avoid another day in the red. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar. Choppy start to the morning but recovering from an early pullback. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fallback through the pivot at 2.6636 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 2.7116. Going to need to see support from the broader market for EOS to break back through to 2.70 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, EOS could eye 2.80 levels but should fall short of the second major resistance level, sitting at 2.8390. Fall back through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 2.6239 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, EOS should avoid the second major support level sitting at 2.5759. Looking at the MACDs, we had the bullish crossover yesterday and a widening of the bullish histogram early this morning, suggestive of a move northwards. Looking at the EMA, however, nothing conclusive. Possible pull back from the 100 and 200, suggestive of a bearish day ahead. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 2.6636 and move through to 2.70 levels to provide support on the day. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar. Bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot level sitting at 373.63 to support a run at the first major resistance level. That's sitting at 382.37. Going to need to see broad-based crypto rally, however, for Ethereum to break back through to 380 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 380 to pin Ethereum back. In the event of breakout, Ethereum could target 390s before any pullback. Should fall short of the second major resistance level, saying at 394, however. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the 38.2% pivot at 367 and the first major support level, saying at 361.95 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid second major support level, saying at 353. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing a narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish crossover there, supportive of a move northwards. Looking at the EMA, however, we saw the 50 cross through the 100, bearish cross there, and a narrowing onto the 200, suggestive of a further move south. So key through the morning, move through the pivot level, back through to 380s to support a partial recovery of yesterday's losses. Failure to do that and a fall through that 38.2% fib, and you can see a bearish day ahead. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning here. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 24.68 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 0.251. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.25 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, the first major resistance level and yesterday's high, that was at 0.25127 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level sitting at 0.2555 to cap any upside. Okay, to move through the pivot, we bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2423 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level sitting at 0.2380. Looking at the MACD, seeing narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish cross there. Nothing to suggest a breakout yet though, however. We're going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through that pivot. On the EMAs, we saw the bearish cross of the 50 through the 100 and a narrowing onto the 200. Suggestive of further downside momentum for Ripple's XRP near term. So key through the morning, move through that pivot, back through to 0.25 levels to support a partial recovery of yesterday's loss.